Protests also continuing in Madison. Community leaders had hoped that last night's protest stayed peaceful, but things quickly changed.
Yeah, that was the case for most of the evening, that peaceful protesting, but the night ended with small groups breaking off to cause more property damage. Josh Breiter back downtown this morning giving us a fresh look at some of that new damage. Josh?
Good morning, guys. The good news here, there isn't quite as much damage as there was just 24 hours ago when we were down here reporting on this, but a lot of businesses did still see some damage. We're actually west of the areas that have seen this in the past. This is the Madison Fresh Market right now, which actually saw obviously some broken glass, and this is two-pane glass right here, so they broke right through this. They've already kind of boarded this up overnight. Also more businesses, the Verizon store down there and also Valencia Coffee on the end, also targeted overnight. Now, these were obviously the stores and businesses that didn't board up before all of this. As you look down University Avenue towards the State Street area, a lot of those businesses had already boarded up, and those were the ones that spared most of the damage last night. Now, it was just around 12:30 this morning when we first started to see a number of people spray painting, breaking windows, and starting fires. That included a small group who shattered the door at the downtown police precinct. At least 4 people were arrested, according to Madison Police. Boys and Girls Club CEO Michael Johnson helped organize efforts to keep overnight protests peaceful, and when that damage started, he moved in front of the police building and asked the protesters to stop. Johnson says he is disappointed that a group of people chose to break off the peace, and tells News 3 this morning exclusively he hopes this will not define what they gathered for.
This is a distraction. Tomorrow morning, when this is on the news and when this is written in newspapers, it won't be the list of things that you identified as issues you want to address. It's going to be you came up and down State Street and you raised hell and you burned the garbage cans and you broke windows. And so it was just disappointing.
The peaceful protest started around sunset with a vigil. Johnson then led the group on a march up and down State Street around UW and back to the Capitol. Other community leaders joined in on last night's protests and calls for peace, including MMSD Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins and former Madison Mayor Paul Soglin. Protesters say they plan to be out here every night until their 3 demands are met. They want community control of police, a ban on police using no-knock warrants passed in honor of Breonna Taylor, and lawmakers to pass a hands-up act that would punish police officers who shoot unarmed people. Back out here live this morning along the University Square, we are continuing to walk around and assess what damage was done overnight. Obviously, this is night 3. A lot of people are already looking ahead to tonight, already spoken to a few business owners and also residents around here, wondering when all of this is going to settle down. And right now, that question is still up in the air, guys, but hopefully soon. And Michael Johnson is going to be having a press conference later today. He tells us he's going to try and get one together so they can come up with a plan to avoid any more damage tonight.
Yeah,
guys.
it certainly feels like more community members are trying to get in front of this and you know, put a positive message out there and to try to curb some of that damage and destruction that's happening downtown. Josh Breiter, thank you very much.